It's Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Welcome into another edition of 3 Point Stands presented by Mountain Dew. Meghan, John Roser, like always, and let's recap the crazy weekend that was. We start off the day. We have a new NBA champion. Sunday night's game between the Lakers and Miami. It wasn't as close as Friday night's victory, but the Lakers just dominated, and they have won now their 17th NBA championship in franchise history.
Yeah, that game last night was horrible. But I don't know if Miami was gassed, or it was just one of the nights like they just didn't have it, or I mean the Lakers were smothering them defensively. I mean it was probably a combination of all three of them. Congratulations to the Lakers. Congratulations, LeBron James, your fourth Finals MVP. I'm still a hater. I will always be. But aside from that, the bubble went really well. Adam Silver and the team up there with the NBA, they made this plan to put everything in a bubble in Disney World and resume the season and finish the season. And they didn't have any players, coaches test positive once they were inside that bubble for a longer period of time. So congratulations to the NBA on pulling this off.
Yeah, I can't believe that this whole entire thing is over now. I think ABC said over 400 people put this whole bubble experience on that made it go so well, and the players were so thankful to Adam Silver and the NBA for just everything that they are doing for the league. And LeBron, I mean, I know you're a hater, but LeBron said it, like, at this point, we just want our respect. And after this game, and obviously they
Shut up, LeBron. You have respect. Shut up.
But your respect.
That's what I hate about him. They stop being a little freaking baby. I know he's awesome. I've never denied that.
That's all we wanted to hear. That's all we wanted to hear. Is normally it's not. You don't start with that.
Shut up.
Well, I will say this: the Laker Nation. I respect LeBron for what he's able to do, and so much respect for this team because you look at Rob Pelinka, Jenny Buzz, and Magic Johnson started this whole thing. They put on a great team. And you talked about the difference of that game. Dwight Howard coming out of the starting lineup, Alex Caruso stepping in, and they decided to going small, and Anthony being that center. I think that's what did it. Jimmy Butler was out of gas. Miami Heat were out of gas, especially after Friday night's battle that was for them to get that victory. Just overall, it was so great. And so much respect to Miami Heat because Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder, shout out to Solomon Hill, Eric Spoelstra, no one thought that they would get this far. So it still ended with a great year into season. Jimmy Butler said it best. We will be here again. And we got to give a big nod to Coach Lionel Hollins. He is an NBA champion. He's Lakers assistant coach, former Memphis Grizzlies head coach. It's been a lot of years here. Shout out to them. I can't believe it. NBA Finals is over. Like, what are we going to do with our nights?
God, whatever about the Lakers. I don't have respect for how they put together their team. I have no respect for that. The freaking Rich Paul is Anthony Davis's agent, who's LeBron James' like childhood best friend. They got him to freaking quit playing for the Pelicans in the middle of the season. He just decided to be traded. Screw that. Screw all that. Get out of here.
I do not support this message. Let me just put that out there. I don't look. If you can do it big, and they did their job. Rich Paul did their job. I'm all for it. But let's move on. Let's now talk about some NFL action. I know you like some NFL. We're not going to talk about your 49ers, but what we are going to talk about.
Big problems.
Yes, you guys do. And also we're going to talk about the quarterback story that we got to see on Sunday. Some heartbreaking news from the Cowboys seeing Dak Prescott's just gruesome ankle injury. He's already had surgery, had it on Sunday night. It's been successful. And for the year that he's been able to have so far, you hate to seeing it. And now that his season's out, especially the contract negotiations that everyone's been talking about. And on the flip side, you had Alex Smith, who came back, took some snaps for the Washington football team after his leg injury. And we all know his story of what it took to get him back out there on the field. What was your take from just watching all that happen, that quarterback story?
Well, it's very unfortunate for Dak Prescott. He is. I think Dak is a really good quarterback. Is he Mahomes, Russell Wilson level? No, but that's why Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson. Like there's nobody else like those guys. But he is a really good quarterback. Dak Prescott is. It is insanely unfortunate. But props to the Dallas Cowboys. Andy Dalton. They signed him to be his backup.
Yeah.
This is why it always helps to have a good backup quarterback. And they've got a proven backup quarterback who's been a longtime starter in Cincinnati, has been to the playoffs a bunch of times. So I think Dallas is actually going to be okay with Dalton starting for them for the rest of the season. As for Alex Smith, I know a lot of people were like, I can't believe he's playing again after what happened to him, that injury. I can't believe he's choosing to play again. Like, if I'm Ron Rivera, I wouldn't even put him in the game. Dude, Alex Smith wants to play football. It's not like he doesn't know the risk. Like, he's a grown man. He wants to play. So I'm happy for him. Congratulations, Alex Smith.
Yeah, watching him take the field, Alex Smith, like you were nervous and you were scared and you were worried. But just seeing his family, giving him a standing ovation, his family being there, you knew that this family, and for Alex, they knew what's super important to him. It took him 693 days to get back out there on their field from his injury. It matters to him. And it was so special to see him back out there and doing what he loves after what he's coming through. And we send all the best to Dak Prescott. That was just so heartbreaking. And I hope that this time next year, we are celebrating a great comeback season that Dak can do, and hopefully he recovers and rehabs very, very well. All right, let's move on to some college football action. I mean, Roser, what is going on in the SEC? Like, it was madness all around. The big storyline is what happened to the defense that we used to always talk about in the SEC. What's happening?
It's fun. It's fun what's happening. It's fun. I mean, I thought for a second there the other night, I was like, is Lane Kiffin going to do this? Like, are they going to pull this off? And then they didn't. Then Tennessee and Georgia. Tennessee, great in the first half. I mean, perfect. They got a turnover for a touchdown. That's what you need to have happen against a team like Georgia.
Yeah.
Then they get the two other scores. They're up at halftime. Everything's looking good. And then Jarrett Garantano thinks he's like freaking Patrick Mahomes out there and just starts trying to sling the ball everywhere no matter what. And he was just god awful. That Georgia defense is like, they're nasty. Like, the impressive thing about them too is they get better as the game goes on. Like, they don't get, I have not seen them tire out. Like, they get better, they get stronger as the game goes on. I can't wait for Saturday night, Georgia and Alabama. That is going to be unbelievable. That Mississippi State win over LSU doesn't really look that good anymore. LSU, woo!
You were on the 1 yard line. That was, and you let Missouri's defense. What a stop! What?
Missouri's defense should not be able to stand you up at the goal line. Not LSU. They shouldn't be able to do that to LSU. And then Mississippi State. I mean, did Arkansas just provide the blueprint for how to stop the air raid in the SEC? Like, just drop 8 guys into coverage, and that's what every team's going to do to them now. And then Arkansas got screwed against Auburn. Bo Nix threw a lateral. Well, he was attempting to spike, but he spiked it backwards.
Yeah.
So that's a fumble, and it should be Arkansas's ball. Said it didn't happen. Arkansas got robbed, but if you're an Arkansas fan, you have to be encouraged big time. It looks like you nailed this hire of Sam Pittman. That team competes, and that team fights. That team plays hard. Florida also going down to Texas A&M. Florida's got to get their defense fixed. I mean, that defense is horrible, like bad. And if they don't get that fixed, they ain't going to beat Georgia this year either.
Yeah, and we had Kevin Carter, CBS analyst, on today and said the same thing. He played at Florida. He's a Gator fan now. He's like, if Florida doesn't figure out that defense, especially with LSU coming in, and I know LSU, it's not the same LSU, and LSU's got some answers, but Florida to move on, and especially in this SEC battle, and we're seeing that these teams they're good, and they're going head to head. They're playing each other. Now with just an SEC schedule, it makes it so entertaining, and I cannot wait. I'm with you. Alabama, Georgia. That is the game. Put your glasses on, get ready, plan out your food. That's the game we're all going to watch. Can Kirby Smart be a former assistant and get a victory over Nick Saban? It's looking like it after watching that Ole Miss game. I mean, Roser, so much to get to. I can't wait to talk to you next week then, because college football, NFL, so much going on. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching this edition of 3 Point Stance presented by Mountain Dew.